time I looked up decades ago and saw jets spraying something in the air, I said, hey, they're spraying something in the air. People said, you're crazy. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I said, what are you talking about? Look up there. Look, they're spraying. Those are condensation trails. What? That's water vapor. That's not water vapor. Water vapor doesn't spread out over the entire globe. Water vapor doesn't dim the sun. Water vapor doesn't spread out like gauze, like you're looking through some kind of a fog. Water vapor, even contrails from the old B-52s, they didn't last for days and nights and cover everything. They didn't cross each other in octothorpe hashtags. They're spraying something. What is it? They're not spraying something. Cut to today, geoengineering. Never call them chemtrails. Never call them chemtrails. Geoengineering. Stratospheric injection, solar radiation management, carbon dioxide removal. We've been saying this forever. Brennan recently, I saw a video today. I can't believe it. He's talking about, well, this seems to pose an exciting chance to modify Operation Popeye, Project Cirrus, Storm Fury. We've known about this and just mentioned to anybody in my group, HARP, and they'll say, we've known this for years. Do you have to be hit over the head to realize that since man first came up with the rain dance and sacrificed virgins to appease the gods, we've been wanting to control the weather? And if you could somehow control natural disasters, here's one for you. Imagine there's a unique tectonic plate series somewhere in the Pacific, and I'm able to direct some Tesla-like wave. You can call it directed energy weapons. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy. Just zero in. And all of a sudden, you start to hear it. You've done it. You can create the beginning of an earthquake. And with that comes a tsunami. And with that comes paralysis, the destruction of an enemy, the destruction of an area. You want to talk about shorting real estate? How about I just destroy it? Think about this. For the longest time, we've asked questions. What's with all of these fires in Northern California? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Hey, how come the fire patterns don't start? What about Lahaina? Keep your mouth shut. Did Oprah buy this property? That's enough out of you. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene gets stuck with this thing about Jewish lasers. And that's not what she said. And you know that's not what she said, but it doesn't matter. And you always know there's something to it by virtue of how crazy these people go. Remember when President Trump said, hey, they're eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio, and the Haitians can't drive or they're doing demolition derby. How dare you? Ding, that's right. You only take flack when you're over the target. Well, guess what they're doing now? Now everybody is saying, in my native Florida, from Helene to Milton to you name it, to areas of North Carolina that happen to be devastated when somebody, lo and behold, wanted a particular mountain for lithium mining, and the locals said no, and then all of a sudden, well, that's moot. Take it. Now, remember what I'm saying. Listen to Uncle Lenny. Just because I have a suspicion doesn't mean that's proof. Oh, no, I'll be the first one to tell you. But don't discount what I'm saying, because let me tell you something that's true. Every time I've said something, it turned out to be true. I have never, ever felt suspicious about something that didn't ultimately turn out to be true, or that wasn't hidden, or that was considered problematic. Everything that we have ever thought, suspected, or hinted at regarding virus transmission, epidemiology, immunization, vaccines, food, glass, microplastics, name it. Geoengineering, never call it chemtrails, because people have been instructed, including that completely bogus apparatchik organization called Wikipedia, that somebody thinks is an encyclopedia. Anything that starts off by telling you, this is not an accepted source, I think that's a hint. Call me wacky, but I think that's a hint that maybe you shouldn't be paying attention to. But it doesn't matter. It's great to find out when famous people die. But back to what I was saying. You know it. One of these days they're going to say, hey, guess what? You know what? Maybe because of silver iodide, and maybe it goes back to Operation Popeye during cloud seeding. China's been doing it. China proudly has been doing it. And here's the best part. You see, when you can wipe out an area, you can get rid of an enemy. You can get rid of industrial capabilities. You can get rid of political enemies. You can make people unable to vote. Isn't that something? If you figured out a way, I'm just saying, let's say you figured out a way to prevent people from voting in an area where you're not going to win and where there's no time to pick up the pieces and fix ballots. Kind of like what happened a couple of years ago during the Rona. Remember that one? See, anything to knock the public out of whack and you destroy any kind of systems because we're children and we can't improvise. Look at me. You know it, and I know it. Weather manipulation, weather modification, weather weaponization. If you think the notion of this is far-fetched, impossible, or that not all of it, I'm not privy to intel, but some of it, if you don't think at least some of this is occurring, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Lionel Nation. Make sure you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Make sure you like this video. And more important, comment as you see fit.